Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Guess Who's Bak with your host, Chase Geiser, and your esteemed co-host, Steven Bak. It's an honor and pleasure to be with you again, as it always is the case that it is an honor and pleasure to be with you. And it's an honor and a pleasure to be with Steven Bak, who patiently deals with my temper tantrums, Jesus Christ, my temper tantrums, Adderall withdrawals, and nicotine cravings. We've been living together. He got yelled at for the first time by a man in his underwear.
Yeah. You took my train set.
Yeah. But speaking of train sets, they did cure autism. We're going to get into that and so much more news today. That being said, the big news of the day is the fact that Anthony Fauci is the worst person on earth. I already knew that. And he seems to be getting away with pleading the fifth. Now, we didn't know that he was going to plead the fifth the entirety of today's hearing. In fact, I didn't think it was legal for you to plead the fifth if you've been subpoenaed by Congress. Was he subpoenaed, or did he just agree to cut? No, he must have been subpoenaed. He must have been subpoenaed.
Yeah, he
never would have come
willingly.
Yeah. And I don't think you can plead the fifth if you're subpoenaed. But he did. We're going to watch some clips and break that down and get to the bottom of that issue specifically. But let's keep in mind that Anthony Fauci is the same man who was in a leadership position in the 80s, aware of the fact that Bayer's blood products, including hemophilia medicine, I know this because I am a hemophiliac, and people that were getting blood transfusions, the blood was contaminated with hepatitis and HIV. And 10,000 hemophiliacs, some of them children, many of them children, most famously Ryan White. Are you familiar with the Ryan White story, Bak?
No.
Oh, dude, we got to watch a documentary tonight called Bad Blood.
No.
Ryan White was a high school student in the 80s who had hemophilia. He took his factor 8 factor, which was made by Bayer, and Bayer made the medicine using human blood donations. So they'd extract the protein factor 8 from the blood donations to make it. And the medicine was contaminated with HIV. Obviously, that's a major problem, but that's not the most disgusting part of the story. The most disgusting part of the story is for at least 2.5, if not more years, Bayer knew that the medicine was contaminated with hepatitis and HIV. Anthony Fauci knew that it was contaminated with hepatitis and HIV. There was no public notification of this fact. Back then, the thinking was that it was better for someone to die of hepatitis or HIV than it was for them to die of hemophilia, because the life expectancy for a severe hemophiliac without medication is about 11 years. Your joints slowly cripple from internal bleeding, which erodes the cartilage, and you have so much internal bleeding that your airways close up and you suffocate. You just bleed internally to death very slowly over 11 years, like through slow drip leak. Because every day, our body internally breaks and corrects and repairs itself, breaks and repairs itself. You step wrong and it doesn't even really hurt. You wouldn't think any of it. Your body just fixes it right away before you have any effects. But I remember when I was a kid, if I didn't take my medicine properly, like I'd go for a run, and it might have been the day after I took my medicine or 2 days after I took my medicine, I'd wake up the next morning, my ankle would be the size of a softball and I couldn't walk. Since you met me, I've been on Hemlibra, which is a better medication, so you haven't seen it. But Kaylee could tell you, my wife from years ago, my college roommates could tell you that there were days where I would use a cane and walk around. My brother Chad, by the time he was 40 years old, by the time he was my age, he had both of his knees replaced, and he can't straighten his arms. His wrists are messed. He has to hold it. He's a drummer. He has to have his kick drum at an angle because he can't bend his knee enough to hit the kick drum right. So he's crippled from the hemophilia. So anyway, many people in the 80s, including Ryan White. Ryan White was in high school. He was diagnosed with HIV. Back then, they were incredibly terrified of HIV. You should be terrified of it, but the general public was. They didn't know that the scientists knew that it was only transmissible by contact with blood.
By
being gay because of the bleeding. Mm-hmm. By sharing an intravenous needle because it's blood to blood. That's how you get it. Or if you're a hemophiliac and you get medicine from Bayer while Fauci's in control, that's also how you get it. Anyway, there was a massive lawsuit. There was a payout to all the hemophiliacs and their families that received this. I don't think anyone in the United States of America went to prison. There were some Japanese executives that did get in trouble. They forced the Japanese executives in Japan to bow and beg forgiveness of the families that were affected by their children getting HIV from this medication. Fauci just totally got away with that. So he's been an insane psychopath since the 80s. Obviously, he totally messed up the entire handling of the COVID pandemic. The vaccines, we're not even going to get into that because we're on YouTube. You already know. You already know. Just look into it. Look at it. If this comes to you for the first time, if you're like, what do you mean the vaccines weren't safe? Just look it up. I'm not saying they weren't safe. We can't say that on YouTube. They let you get away with it now, kind of.
How about just don't even watch our fucking show then, dummy?
Yeah, just go watch CNN, you fag. I can't. I'm just not made for YouTube. But, yeah, there was 10,000 deaths from HIV of hemophiliacs in the United States in the 80s under Fauci's leadership. Then he takes over COVID. He's responsible for more deaths, more, what's that cardiovascular disease? Myocarditis. Mm-hmm. He's responsible for that. He's responsible for all the negative effects. My dad got the vaccine and the booster because he's naive. He's a boomer. AFib. He's fine, but he's got AFib now. Great. Wonderful. So, Fauci, yeah, like I was saying, he was responsible for more deaths, in my opinion, than Hitler. Certainly more
all
negative
of them.
health
Mao,
effects.
Stalin.
Yeah. Well, not Mao's a lot.
AZT. You're forgetting AZT.
AZT, yeah. Yep.
And Bayer, there was a financial incentive. It wasn't just like some sort of weird eugenics trip. Europe didn't allow. They knew, and with the regulators there, they were strict enough where they couldn't sell it in Europe, so they dumped it on Canada and the United States.
Yeah, and when it came out to the public that Bayer was infecting everybody with HIV and hepatitis, they created new inventory that heat treated the medicine to get rid of the hepatitis and the HIV, so that people wouldn't get sick. But they took their existing inventory that was contaminated and they sold it to third world countries rather than disposing of it. So they just said, all right, well, we can't infect anybody with AIDS here, so we'll just give it to all the minorities overseas, no problem. I mean, it's just the most evil shit. Nobody goes to prison. Nobody goes to prison. So why is it that anybody would think that Anthony Fauci would be held accountable for anything that he's ever done? No one's held accountable for Epstein. No one's held accountable for the massive health crises over the last decades. No one's accountable for the massive corruption. Nobody's going to be held accountable. Do you know, by the way, my brother Clayton, different brother than the one I was telling you, he's 13 years older than me, so he's 48 years old. My brother Clayton had a massive brain aneurysm last year in September. And I don't want to use the term vegetable. He can't walk. He can stand with massive assistance. He can't speak. They don't think that he can read. He's conscious. He's able to pick up a ball and put it in a cup. He's able to pull stickies off of a mirror. He's in therapy trying to recover. He just got accepted into, I believe, Shirley Ryan in Chicago, which is supposed to be the most sophisticated institution for helping someone like my brother Clay get rehabilitated. They don't know what's going to happen. They don't know how rehabilitated he's going to get. We hope that he can speak again one day. We hope that he can walk again one day and talk and read and do all the things that a normal person can do. I mean, obviously, he's always going to have complications as a result of this massive aneurysm that he had last year. It's tragic what happened. My parents, they're 77 years old. They're driving to Chicago 3-4 times a week, 2 hours away from Bloomington, Illinois to visit him. And they're just praying that he gets better. They were so pleased that he got accepted into Shirley Ryan because it's hard to get in. It's the best care possible for my brother. They can take care of him. They can monitor his medication correctly, right? He gets in. He didn't have health insurance. He had very little income. And Medicaid denies coverage for him. Shirley Ryan. They're going through the appeal process right now, the family appeal. The doctors at Shirley Ryan got on the phone directly with Medicaid and said, look, he needs this care. Medicaid said he didn't need the care. What are you talking about? He had a fucking brain aneurysm. He needs the fucking care, right? So why is it that the institutions closely associated with Anthony Fauci's and his ilk are happy to just engage in billions upon billions of dollars in Medicare, Medicaid fraud for Somalis, for immigrants, massive just leakage and fraud and fakery? After the Affordable Care Act, the health insurance companies are only allowed to make 10 to 20% above the cost of care. And so now the insurance companies are incentivized to have the cost of care be as expensive as possible so they can have more volume and revenue by the 10 to 20% markup that they get in the premiums. Premiums are going up. I pay $2,000 a month right now for my family, my 2 daughters and my wife and I, to have health insurance. $24,000 a year. It's fucking unbelievable. I could have a part-time assistant full-time. No, there's no such thing as a part-time assistant full-time. I could have a part-time assistant working for me for 20 hours a week for $24,000 a year. But this is for healthcare, and then I pay all these taxes. The IRS coming after me for $135,000. Bullshit. I'm getting audited because of the things I said about Hunter Biden under the Biden administration. It's a long fucking story. Our money's going to Ukraine so we can fund massive amounts of Nazis. I know you got a more nuanced perspective on Ukraine than I do, but I still think they're Nazis.
There's Nazis there.
Yeah, 100%. And my brother gets denied Medicaid after he's had a real brain aneurysm. It's just absolutely disgusting. Nothing's ever going to happen to Anthony Fauci. Nothing's ever going to happen to this political class. And look, I'm not somebody who advocates for violence. I'm somebody who's been opposed to every single war that we've ever been in, with the exception of World War II. And I know you have a more nuanced opinion about World War II, but I think it was probably time for us to get involved. But that being said, why is it that we as honest Americans born in America to American parents, truly Native Americans, get taxed and fucked and taxed and fucked and taxed and fucked? And then when we need one thing from our government, from programs that we don't even believe in, but we're forced to pay for because democracy has voted that they were essential safety nets for our civilization, then there's nothing to be had. There's no help to be given. There's no aid to be given. Why the fuck is it that Anthony Fauci can sit before Congress, lie and lie and lie, then get a blanket pardon that goes back, 10 fucking years from President Joe Biden while he's got dementia, while he's using the Otopen, while his pardons shouldn't even count, and then everybody just says, oh, well, Trump called him out. He called him out. Yeah, I don't give a fuck what people say. I'm in the business of speaking and saying things, and I'm going to tell you, the fact of the matter is, I don't accomplish anything from a political standpoint. Maybe I got some votes for a guy that didn't do any of the things that he said that he was going to do. Maybe I accomplished that much. But the difference is I'm in the business of speaking, and our political class, our leaders, are supposed to be in the business of leading and doing, and all they do is speak. I'm supposed to speak, and all I do is speak. They're supposed to do, and all they do is talk, and talk minus action equals shit. So there we are right now. Anthony Fauci did exactly what we expected he would do, which is dodge everything. There's going to be zero accountability. Rand Paul with his beautiful haircut is going to be coming out and saying all these things, and we're going to be doing everything we can to come after him. That's great, Rand. I agree with everything you're saying. You're working. All right, read the super chats. I'm going to drink this.
Thank you, Mr. CUSA Patriot, for the $20 super chat. Very generous, sir. He's an OG member. We love our Mr. CUSA Patriot. Fauci is the most prolific killer in U.S. history. Read Bobby Kennedy's book. The guy is an absolute demon. I actually did have the book gifted to me. Did you know Fauci means sickle? Like the Grim Reaper's sickle?
Like the communist sickle?
Yeah, and he has, I believe, on his family crest.
That's a scythe.
That's a hammer. And the family took over the medical industry in the United States and pushed out homeopathic medicine. You get something like a Fauci 100, 150
What's
years
homeopathic
later.
medicine?
It's like cures that are natural.
Oh,
that work with your body, not some sort of pharmaceutical intervention.
So you got inflammation, you take curcumin. Curcuminoid fucking, what is it?
And then you do you exercise. A lot of it's preventive, obviously. And then it's non-interventionist in the way that you would take a pill for everything.
Right, there's no money to be made in it.
Because the pharmaceutical industry is linked heavily to the petrochemical industry. It's one and the same.
So, right, that's why the Merck factories got bombed in Germany. And Hitler had to go through.
And that's why Rockefeller was like, whoa, a lot of medicines, quote unquote, can be derived from my petroleum products. The only good petroleum product was Vaseline.
And waterbeds.
Oh, no, they'll fuck your back up, dude. Your couch is fucking my back up.
I love that couch. I've slept on that couch for years.
Yeah, you probably did more than sleep on that couch.
Yes, I sleep on the couch. No, I have a happy marriage.
Honey Badger, thank you for the $2 super chat. I'm glad I get union insurance. It's badass. Well, I'm glad you have insurance, Honey Badger.
I'm never shouting him out again unless he tells me how many bitches he banged in Okinawa.
Honey Badger, type in the chat how many girls you tagged in Japan. We both want to know. I finally got me doubloons.
I'd also like to thank our sponsor, Michelob Ultra. Only 2.6 grams of carbs per serving. Absolutely outstanding way to enjoy America with a conservative beer that doesn't make you a fat fuck. Please go to chasegeyser.com right now and see if you can get any Michelob Ultra for free after you sign up as a paid member. You'll find that you can't, but try it.
When I'm watching Fauci plead the fifth, I like to reach for an ice cold Michelob Ultra. We got to work when we get sponsors, baby. I can't wait. Half of American men suffer from erectile dysfunction. If you want to please your old lady, come to chasegeyser.com for 10% off your Blue Chew. All right, I just had to get it out of my system.
We got to clip that one moment, though, of you with the when I'm listening to Dr. Fauci plead the fifth.
That motherfucker's slippery, though, huh?
Dude, I fucking hate him. If I ever saw him, I would metaphorically, politically, and spiritually beat the fuck out of him. Not really, in Minecraft.
If I ever saw him in Minecraft, dude, I'm bringing his whole fortress down, dude.
Dude, we had this family friend.
Keeping justice, because we're not the ones to dispense justice. That job
we gotta wait for God,
for the Lord.
I wish he would come back and take care of it, man. It's been 2,000 fucking years.
It's the long game. They're gonna burn in hell for eternity.
They're
gonna burn in hell for fucking eternity.
I probably deserve to burn in hell too.
We all do. That's why Jesus came. Said,
I know.
All right, you guys going to hell. You guys. Thank you, Andrew Team America. He sent us sparkles for 2 jewels. I'm feeling happy and gay for that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Gore Nerga, for the happy poop for 10 jewels. All right. I'll learn one day.
Let's batch these super chat reads every like 10 or 15 minutes so we can do a show.
Yep, absolutely.
They're coming in too fast, which we like.
Yeah.
We want them to come in way faster, but we should hit them every like 10 minutes rather than every...
Eventually
in the beginning, when it was like onesie, twosies.
We'll need a format, yeah. If they come in randomly during a break, I'll read it, but if they come in batches, I'll batch it.
We'll hit them at like We'll hit them at every 15-minute mark.
All right.
That way people know that they're going to get shouted out every 15 minutes.
The whole show will just be super chats one day.
I know. That's what we want. Let's see
Howley.
Mr. Chairman. Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer
should have said
based
Tuesday,
upon
so
my
they got him
rights
for
under the
perjury.
Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color tie are you wearing?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
What color's the carpet in front of you?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Let's just get one thing straight. You don't have any rights under the Fifth Amendment because you've been pardoned, as you very well know. As the Supreme Court has been clear for a century and more, Brown versus Walker, 1896, when he has been pardoned, he may not stand upon his privilege. You know that. Your lawyers sitting behind you now shifting nervously in their chairs. They know it. This isn't about the Constitution. This isn't about the law. This is about contempt. Contempt for this body and contempt for the American people.
It's true.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't plead the fifth if you've been subpoenaed by Congress.
No, you can plead the fifth if you've been subpoenaed to a certain extent.
By Congress, though? I know you can plead the fifth if you've been subpoenaed in a court, but
because I didn't know if you've been pardoned, you give up.
Didn't that how they got Bannon? They made him come in and he couldn't plead the fifth because he'd been subpoenaed?
Maybe, dude. I stopped paying attention to these nerds a long time ago because there's no reason.
And Scott Hawley, that was cute, and he was correct, and I'm glad that he did that, but doesn't that guy rub you the fucking wrong way?
I've always suspected
he's
a closeted homosexual because his hair is too good.
I wouldn't let like my girlfriend be alone with him.
Ooh. He's overwhelmingly heterosexual.
Yeah, he just seems like the kind of guy.
You just give your wife a hug. It's like, why do you smell like Josh?
Yeah.
And then she just looks down at the floor. I have something to tell you, Chase.
He said he could get you that promotion.
Yeah. I avoided getting subpoenaed for the real Erica Kirk book.
He's got a big subpoena.
Yeah. Let's keep hitting these clips. This one's real good. Clip 102, GOP Senator Bernie Moreno. He actually went ham.
Those policies were put in place because you had moronic politicians that listened to the words of a megalomaniac who was more interested in having met a Kardashian than the suffering of the American people. And that is you.
I love that ringing in the background.
Advice to communities like that, to idiotic
Fucking Congress
politicians
can't do
who
anything right.
enforce those rules, arrested that mom for watching a football game with her own family outside. When that story broke, I said to myself, I cannot stand idly on the side and watch this happen. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the f do you think you were for doing that?
By the way, before we get into the response to that clip, this show brought to you by Fresca, leading choice among sodas for Scientologists and members of the TPUSA staff. All right, go on. So he said fuck, so he's cool now.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer when my politicians say fuck as opposed to not saying fuck.
Yeah.
Shows a level of blue collar sincerity.
I think they're just kind of faking it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't put any faith in
I
stock
say
in
fuck
politics.
way too much. I'm trying not to say it. They're like trying to say it.
I say it too much and I don't do it enough.
Yeah.
So that's been my problem.
Well, yeah, but you made a decision. You were going to take a little break and clear your head.
Yeah, but I feel like a panda or something right now.
What do you mean?
Just some sort of Asian mammal that
sitting around
wouldn't fuck
eating
to
bamboo.
save his race. You know? Just half retarded. I'm sitting here, I'm like, how did we get to this generation? My parents even had a survival instinct greater than me. That's like the whole nature
How
of
many
the Korean
siblings
race.
do you have, including half?
I have one. But the generation before that, Koreans were pumping them out, dude. They were spreading grass seed down everywhere. Like the Korean nuclear family was like 6, 7, 8 children, which is generally the case with poverty. The poorer you are, the more children you have.
What else is there? Are you supposed to do? And you need the children to help you. Like,
Yeah, do manual labor.
Right.
You sell some off into slavery. You abandon, the worst performers. So you got to have a lot.
is that what happened to you?
No, I actually went off on my own. I moved out when I was 18, and I never looked back. And now I'm suffering the ramifications. I kept this ship going for 18
But
years.
dude, I wish I was in your position. You
What,
have,
free?
yeah, you have no debt. I mean, I'm glad that I have a family and a wife and stuff like that. I wouldn't trade that for the world.
You're just bitching about your responsibilities now.
Yeah, but you have a clean slate. Like, you could do anything.
Well, sometimes it gets lonely.
Yeah.
Other times, freedom comes with some measure of responsibility. If you're not doing things to get ahead and you have all this freedom, you're way the far back behind.
You're busting your ass.
Yeah, now. I wasn't busting my ass even 6 months ago.
Yeah, but you just had a couple of slow years. And the shit you were doing before that wasn't so good, but you were busting your ass. Or was it just easy?
It was just the easy mode. That's all it was. I wasn't stupid. Like, I've never been arrested. I'd never gotten caught up. I maybe sent someone to their doom.
You think you're responsible for someone's death?
Maybe.
You feel guilty
There
about
was
that?
a Lowell Sun article, and I was like, And I feel bad about it sometimes, but there's enough ambiguity there where I'm like, was it me? Was it not? Am I the reason he got shot? I don't know.
Oh, shit, dude. All right.
Yeah.
Next.
Expecting a subpoena. Thank you.
Senator Scott.
We should make a drink called the Subpoena
Dr.
Colada.
Fauci, did you personally receive any
That'd be
royalty
dope.
payments connected to COVID-related intellectual property?
I'll have a Subpoena
On the advice
Colada.
of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights
really
under the
clever.
Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Given that NIH receives royalty payments from certain pharmaceutical companies, why would any American believe these financial ties did not influence decisions about which treatments were promoted or restricted?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
I would
Why
ask him if he
doesn't
was gay.
NIAID
Are you a homosexual,
publicly
Anthony
disclose
Fauci?
these practices?
I plead the
On the
fifth.
advice of counsel, I respectfully decline
Have you ever
to
murdered
answer
a small
based upon
child,
my
Mr.
rights under the
Fauci?
Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Did you
That's
partner
what
with
I
Bill
would've
Gates
done.
on global health initiatives or vaccines?
That pisses me off. Like, why would you not go up there and say, all right, have you ever killed a black man just because he was black? I respectfully plead the fifth.
They're too respectful, man. You're not going to get that in Congress.
He doesn't deserve any fucking respect.
Yeah, I totally agree. But
Have you seen
hear
that
the
video of
questions?
that senator that almost got in a fist fight with the leader of the Teamsters?
No.
dude. Bernie Sanders had to break it up. Yo, United States
Bernie
Senator.
Sanders had to break
He
it up.
broke up
What
a
the
fight.
Fuck? Yeah,
You've never
right,
seen this
dude.
clip? This will blow your fucking mind. It better pop. Darvis better fucking find this shit.
We're gonna fix Darvis.
He's
our
yeah, here it
H-1B
is.
visa.
He's good. He's good. Here you go. He goes to take off his ring and everything. Watch this.
And that's coming from statistics, all right? Now, let's talk about Mr. O'Brien
That's the
himself, his
plumber
behavior. As
and the
everybody
wrestler, the
knows,
college
here the
wrestler.
last time, him and I kind of had a
forgot
back
his
and
name.
Keep watching.
Appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different. But after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3,
You've never seen this?
5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sir, I wish you was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company. Myself and my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
No,
guy.
no, stop it.
Oh, I love this.
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down.
Yo, United
No,
States
you're a
Senator.
United
We'll
States
fucking beat his
Senator.
ass.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond, Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If we can't, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and
You-
bullies. You said anytime, any place. I'm accepting yours, so why don't you come
What
back?
challenge? What challenge are you talking
April
about?
30th. How about we do it for a charity at the Smoking Guns in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
In the
We're
parking
not gonna
lot,
be
3
talking
p.m.
Physical confrontations here.
You want to fight me?
What'd you say about anytime, any place?
Let's have coffee, discuss our differences.
All right, well, let's sit down and have coffee.
Let's do it.
That was good. I'm glad. You don't fuck with a college wrestler and a man who built a plumbing business.
This is a time. This is a place. You get your butt up.
I'm gonna batch these out now. We're starting to get them.
All right, do it.
Kathy O'Brien, Squeezy VZ, thank you for the $5 super chat. Kathy O'Brien said it best. Love is the transmission. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
I want
Can't
the whole
fight
world
fire
blind.
with fire. Can't lose your soul.
You can fight fire with fire.
Totally agree. Unless it's two Helen Kellers going at it. Honey Badger, thank you for the $5 super chat. Landed in 1606. Ooh, you old. My family crest has 3 lions on it with the battle axes. I only hooked up with lady service members over there. A Viet and 2 Latinas here, though. That's Honey Badger's hookup history that you asked for.
Nice.
Mr. C, USA Patriot, thank you for the generosity. $10 super chat. The real problem with this is Fauci hearing is nothing is going to happen except costing us more money to have him not admit to what we already know is true. I've given up on accountability from our government. Yeah, fuck the government, dude. When, decentralized, non-compliance, become ungovernable, and plant a garden. Squeezy VZ, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you guys catch the AI meme of Lindsey Graham's funeral played at the half hour on AJ show today? It's worth a watch if you haven't killed me. We'll have Darvis pull it up. AI meme of Lindsey Graham whenever you get a chance.
It might be hard for Darvis to find that because they probably didn't upload it isolated.
Chat from Listen to Pito.
That sounds like a first one.
That's the first one. Thank you, brother, for supporting us. Myron Games collab, friend of InfoWars, has always had good things to
I
say
got him on
about
my phone.
InfoWars.
I'll text him.
Staff. I think that'd be a fire show. Shout out to Bak. Yeah, bro. I like Fit and Fresh. Hell yeah,
I
bro.
like him
Myron
too.
Gaines is like a based, probably my favorite Muslim man other than Big T.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Myron even Muslim? He's Arabic, right? Or something?
No, I asked him one time. He grew up in a Muslim household, but I don't think he's a practicing Muslim.
Oh, I love apostates.
I don't know if he would describe himself as an apostate, but yeah, I guess that's what one is.
Well, I still love all apostates. Should we bookend the Fauci hearing with...
Do we have more clips?
Yeah, we have 105 Rand Paul.
Yeah, we got to do that.
It's his hearing, you know what I mean?
Let's be clear today, what we've seen. I really did want to hear from Dr. Fauci. I wanted to hear perhaps an apology, perhaps some semblance of being sorry for what happened or that judgment errors were made. We didn't hear any of that. But he was subpoenaed here to testify, refused to answer any questions, even after being directed by the chair and being advised of the law requiring him to do so. He has cited a privilege that is unsupported because of his blanket pardon.
He knew this was
and
going to
because
happen.
he
That's why he's
waived the
reading it.
privilege by testifying at the start. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to comply with the law, limited to the period of your pardon. At any point between January 1st, 2014 and January 19th, 2025, did you destroy any federal record or tell anyone else to?
Under the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Given that you have a unlimited presidential pardon, what is your specific objection that you are making?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
If they
My
successfully
question was
fuck him for
limited to
this,
the period of your pardon only. I find your objection
Graham Paul be-
unsupported.
That would be
and
the
Hall of
first
Fame.
victory of this
Answer the question.
Hall of Fame.
administration, bro.
Yeah.
It'd be the first victory that we could.
But they won't.
I'm with you, like 80-20, but we have to keep a sliver of hope. We
Dude,
manifest
I gotta-
reality as we live it,
If
bro.
I had no hope, I wouldn't be doing this shit.
Oh, yeah, 100%. You'd be on a rooftop with me. Right? Right?
That sounds honestly so good.
That's my plan B, bro. If this fucking show doesn't work out and we don't grow this media
yeah.
network, I'm fucking going
Like
nuts.
Jim Morris and Pamela from the Doors movie.
I'll lose my fucking shit, dude. This is another interesting thread. I included this next clip because it's the things that give me hope. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a man called Neville Roy Singham, far left activist, CCP.
Not to be confused with Neville Longbottom.
No, he's Neville. Don't ever fucking say that about Neville Longbottom. He was a goddamn hero. He fought Lord Voldemort.
Why is it that you think Star Wars is gay, but you think Harry Potter's so cool?
I think they're both gay, but they're gay in different ways.
Tell me.
I've never liked lasers. Like, I've never liked pew, 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 like stuff like that. If I see a gunfight, I want to see lead. I want to see gunpowder. I want to see stone walls getting blasted to shit and, you know,
Yeah, not just like
dust.
not like a laser
yeah,
burn.
I want to see some sergeant with a cigar hanging out of his mouth like, you boys ready to fucking go and get it.
Yeah, why the fuck does nobody smoke in Star Wars?
Exactly.
Han Solo was definitely a smoker.
You know? I don't fucking know, bro. I did like
you
Jabba
know
the Hutt.
that in the first iteration of Star Wars A New Hope, Harrison Ford, Han Solo, shoots first at Greedo, whatever his name is, obviously, and then they edited it later to make Han Solo look a little bit less, I don't know.
I don't know.
murderous.
That whole shit got ruined for me since Jar Jar Binks. And I'll never speak on Star Wars again on air.
Jar Jar Binks was a Sith.
No one gives a fuck about him. All right, so this next person that is he's getting investigated hard. They're giving him the whole colonoscopy right now. And I'm excited because this dude's a CCP fucking scumbag, and he's funded Code Pink. He's probably funded Antifa. That's just me, you know, speculating. He's funded a bunch of far-left activist organizations. Singham identifies as a socialist and an admirer of Maoism. He has praised aspects of China's governance model, combining markets with long-term planning, spoken positively about Hugo Chavez's Venezuela, and supported causes including WikiLeaks, which was cool, I guess, until it got co-opted. Opposition to NATO expansion /aid. I can actually agree with that. We're in this weird horseshoe moment where we can agree with some of the radical left's positions, which I'll show you in another clip. But that doesn't mean that
Have
they're
you
any
ever put
good.
a horseshoe on a horse?
No, I know you need to give them the temperament, number one, so you don't get kicked in the freaking face and die.
I still can't fucking believe that you castrated pigs.
Yeah, I've castrated 30 hogs.
In one day?
Yeah. I've castrated more than 30 hogs. I've castrated 30 in one sitting, bro. And
Did you hate it?
Not.
Did you just start thinking about something else?
No. You have to be in the moment, dude. You grab them up by the hind legs. They're like, then you got to clamp your legs and your thighs around them. And then someone comes in behind you with the scalpel and they rip open the ball bag. They cut open the ball bag. And then you got to go in and grab the gonads and you got to twist them and
gloves
rip
on?
them out. Yeah, of course you have gloves on. I'm a freaking.
They go all the way up to your elbow?
No. But you don't go if there's not that much real estate. It's not like you're up fingers.
It's not like you're fisting somebody.
Yeah, and then you rip them out and it sounds like a retina being pulled out, like a bunch of wet grapes, and yeah. That's about it. Can we
and then
play?
they're fine later that day. I know we've already talked about
Yeah,
this,
I mean,
but
remember?
I'm hung up on it.
They're not all Babe the pigs. Hey, buddy, how was it? Oh, I can't believe you did that to me. But I'm like, here's some extra sweet corn,
Well, and
boy.
they'll come up to you later after you did that to them. Like if you throw food out, they're like, "Hey, man."
Well, I think that the memory of trauma has less weight to you offering them sweet corn when they're hungry. You know, if you take care of them for 30, 60, 90 days, they only got that one memory. And the Bible says they have cloven feet, and other people think that it's a grafted animal, that it's not even a natural origin species.
Well, yeah, they're supposed to be remarkably genetically similar to humans. They even explored like organ transplants from pigs, haven't they?
Yeah.
Have they ever done that?
They say a pig is part rat, part human, and part I forgot the third animal. But they say it's a grafted animal. That's when they tell you not to eat it. But I don't think I could ever stop eating bacon. Could you?
Well, maybe when they wrote that you weren't supposed to eat it, there was something wrong with the pigs. Maybe they had some disease or something at that time, and they're like, okay, don't eat the fucking pigs.
I don't think God would allow, if that's a fallen angel creation, I don't think God would have allowed it to proliferate at this point. They would have been killed off in the flood, like a lot of the other cryptids.
World. We know that 278 million of that came to specifically anti-U.S. organizations, and I'm sure a part of the rest of that also ended up in this country.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, funded Code Pink, too. They forgot to...
So why do we play the clip?
Because it seems like there is some sort of white hat counter move to bring some accountability. Even if it ends up being window dressing, I like the attempt at the very least.
Well, there's obviously a schism between white hats and black hats in the intelligence community, because why would they ever prosecute Epstein to begin with if they didn't want anybody to know?
I would not doubt if he's Epstein affiliated.
I know, you know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
Like they prosecute him and then they don't release any of the details. It's like, well, why the fuck would you prosecute him if you don't? Why would you sign an executive order to release all the Epstein files and then cut? You know, there's a white hat, black hat thing going on. There's absolutely a schism in our intelligence.
And the black hats and the Merc faction, the mercenaries, they're definitely winning. I'm not doubting that. But you know, if there's a fight going, don't you want to see some punches being thrown back the other way? Instead, you don't want to just see Rocky the whole time just getting beanbagged.
I don't think we'll ever hear his name again.
He fled to Shanghai.
Yeah.
They're looking to seize his assets.
Yeah, whatever. We'll never hear about him again. All right. Trump glazes Ladybug. Let's go into Ladybug right now.
Yep, he did the eulogy at the funeral.
Virtually everyone,
he did the whole eulogy?
Republican or Democrat, liked Lindsay. Well, not everybody, but it sounds good. Not everybody. He was a tough cookie, okay? I have to veer from this for a second. He was a tough cookie, Darlene, but he was beautiful. For more than 30 years, nothing of consequence happened in this Capitol without Lindsey Graham knowing about it. Nothing of significance happened anywhere in the world without Lindsey Graham having a view on it. And no bill became law in the most exceptional republic in human history without Lindsey Graham having a say in it. Lindsey Graham believed in a strong America. He was extremely hawkish. I will tell you, he never saw a war that he didn't like.
Trump is funny, though. We got to fucking admit that.
That's why I said about Lindsey Graham on InfoWars. You've loved every war we've ever been in.
And you don't see God's judgment acting right now?
I mean, I always see God's judgment acting.
Franklin the Turtle out of commission with his little China. Franklin the Turtle, Mitch McConnell.
Oh.
You know, I see the dominoes getting stacked up. I see a path forward for America first. Even if it's very narrow and unlikely, at least it's there.
You realize that's why God made us die after we ate from the tree, right?
What do you mean by that? Expand on that.
We just tapped on something incredibly profound. As sarcastic and funny as this show is, I'm dead serious. If people, after they gained from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, didn't die, then there would have been an elite established that conglomerated all power and monopoly over all people forever.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you have the knowledge of good and evil, you have to die, because it's the only way that people get another chance. Generations get another chance.
Well, two more things, too. After the original rebellion in man fell, we have that rebellious streak in us. Like, you know, when you become a teenager and your nuts drop and then you rebel against your parents.
Yeah.
Shut up, Dad.
Yeah, my balls are big now.
Yeah. It allows a generation to correct itself from prior evil. So God will always use the tools of the devil against him. Also, you know? Just a profound thought I want to
think God's working right now. Do you think he ever sleeps?
No, God doesn't sleep.
You don't think in heaven you go take a nap?
No, I think the only condition that he shares with us in our earthly form is loneliness.
You think he's lonely?
Yeah. I think yeah, bro, could you imagine if you're the shit, you can make all this cool stuff, but you have no one to share it with? That'd be pretty freaking lonely. It's like, I just made a hummingbird, bro.
How come he never breaks his promises?
He doesn't have that in him. That's why every covenant's ever been honored. He doesn't have that in him. He doesn't have sin in him. That is essentially a sin, wouldn't you say? It's lying.
Do you think anybody made God?
Well, this is a very interesting philosophical question. God is capable. Now, I don't want to sound heretic, so I don't even know how to voice this. But because of free will, it seems to me God is capable of making mistakes. But he knows the mistake ahead of time, and he does it anyways because there's beauty in free will. Like, God recruits soldiers. He doesn't have slaves.
Well, God, it even says in the Old Testament, the Bible, like before the flood, God regretted that he ever made man.
Yeah. So if there's regret, then I do believe God is omnipotent, omniscient, and I think he knows the path before an action's taken. But all this misery and us being fallen happened because he was lonely and he wanted to maybe even discover his own origin. And through our life cycle, he can see his eternal life cycle, if that makes any sense. Right? Do you agree with that statement?
I just imagine that while the flood was happening, God, who transcends time and space, was cranking some awesome music.
Are you going to
Let's do a show.
Well, hold on. I'm going to batch out these 2 super chats. Honey Badger, thank you for the... Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, pedo.
We
should create a file called the pedo file.
I know. It's P-I-T-O.
The pedo file. We'll spell it like that.
Not P-E-D-O. Don't disrespect pedo like that, bro. I'm going to stick up for the homie, man.
We'll spell it P-I-T-O. The pedo
just
file.
disregard him. He's a couple tall boys in.
No, I've still got most of this
He
one.
knows not what he says. Just kidding. But we bookended the hearings and them going after motherfucking scumbags like Fauci, Singham. U.S. to resume strikes for the 88th time.
All right, let's play the clip and then unpack.
War with Iran. The very latest with the war with Iran. You know, both sides continuing to, try to figure out what to do with this whole situation.
So, Saudi forces are now involved, launching strikes.
The fuck is this guy?
Doug Luzader, every day a new development.
New development. Good morning, guys. There's been a quick resumption of fighting overnight after some extraordinary meetings here in Washington.
Oh, dude.
U.S. forces
Hold on
the
a second.
move overnight.
Let me restart this.
Saudi forces to hit Iran.
This is Good Day Philadelphia, Fox Local, right? And let me tell you something I know about local news people. Local news people burn out.
With Iran.
Look how burned out this fucking guy is.
He's dressed like Indiana Jones.
Try to figure out what to do.
He
with
hates
this whole
pretending he loves
situation.
Trump on Fox Local.
Saudi forces are now involved, launching strikes. Doug Luzader, every day a new development.
Yeah, he's burned the fuck out. He's definitely burnt the fuck out, dude. He's burnt toast at this
Extraordinary
point.
meetings here in Washington. U.S. forces on the move overnight, joining Saudi forces to hit Iran-backed militia targets in Iraq. U.S. Central Command saying U.S. and Saudi fighter aircraft struck multiple terrorist logistics and weapons sites across eastern Iraq in a strong response to over 30 IRGC-directed aerial drone attacks in the last 72 hours. Just hours earlier, reports of an Iranian surprise attack on U.S. forces based in the Middle East, with Jordan claiming to have intercepted 5 missiles.
They hit Jordan over, I
Every
believe.
day a new development.
Yeah, but we have to stay on top of it.
I know
because
how
the
that
war
motherfucker feels.
The war is widening.
By the way, do you know Neil Orn?
No.
Neil Orn was
How the hell would I know who the hell that is?
He was a local news celebrity here in Nashville, and he is an American hero. But when I saw that guy burn the fuck out, it reminded me so much of fucking Neil Orn.
Are you about to play a segment from Neil
I
Orr?
don't know if I can find one.
Thank
he
God.
He hasn't been on the air in a while.
Thank God.
But he did local news for like decades. Incredibly good at it. Incredibly talented. But eventually, you just can't deal with the bullshit anymore.
Yeah, but he made his fortune. What am I supposed to cry about him?
Local news anchors don't make a fortune.
Yeah, it all goes to the weather girls.
And to the fucking no shit. And to the fucking federal government.
Yeah, and the federal government.
I fucking hate the government. Bak.
We're not going to cry about the federal government anymore. You know what the one silver lining is
This is
here?
where I agree with you, Bak. I don't want to cry about it anymore.
Dude.
I don't want to cry about it.
They dug their own grave.
When are they going to go in it?
They're going to collapse in their own grave. They're already building the pit that they will fall into themselves. That's what happens when you...
in 5,000 fucking years?
No,
when the
not
apocalypse
5,000 years. During the next American Civil War, which is on the horizon in the 2030s. Did you ever read that
You think
time?
we're in civil war in the next 10 years?
Yeah.
No shit.
Absolutely. We
like,
only
like
have...
actual like civil war, not just civil unrest. Like fucking war.
Yeah.
There's a unified army. The People's Liberation Army is fucking doing this.
Multiple parties are vested in it. Our foreign enemies, because they're going to invade us right after this. I've been saying this on the show a lot. And in the absence of political authority, because they will not exercise their own authority, other people, similar to a warlord, will rise up. This has been the historical cycle. United States is a massive fucking country. It spans most of the continent, bro.
Imagine if you got to face, you stand your butt up. Imagine if you got to face our enemies. Instead of just constantly grasping at this dark ether, trying to find the villain that's behind the curtain of all the evil and injustice.
I am facing my enemies. Right now, one super chat at a time. Then I'll get health insurance. I'll get back into shape. I'll start doing some combined arms training, some room clearing.
Do you want to show? You want to show pictures of you when you were fit?
No,
we could do that.
No, it's just gonna make me sad.
Get Bak back on track.
I am gonna get back on track soon, but right now is not the time. Right now we're fighting with the mic. Who gives a bro? I don't give a fuck what some obscure politician is window dressing in the halls of Congress. That doesn't fucking matter to me. What matters to me is beans, bullets. Can I get some land to plant the fucking garden? Can I impregnate a couple biddies out there?
Should we build like a commune where all of our families can live and we can just...
No, because that's going to turn into a cult.
No, nobody fucks anybody.
You've been dying to be a cult leader.
No, but
I see it in you.
I've studied. Do you think I could do it?
No, because as soon as the cult gains any traction, I'm going to double cross you and take over the cult.
Yeah, but do you think that I could be a cult leader if I tried for a couple years?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. I feel like you'd be...
People have told me that before. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I could see you starting a little cult.
Like, you start my own church. People start coming.
It'd be I could picture you
the InfoWars Church of Christ,
like a based Scientology cult.
Dude, if I did
that's
InfoWars,
radically fascist.
If I did InfoWars Church of Christ, they could never steal my name. It's a church, dude.
That would solve your tax problems.
We're doing InfoWars Church of Christ.
Well, cults get a bad name. A cult isn't necessarily... Christianity is a cult, right? Isn't every major religion a cult? It's what you do with the cult that matters.
You've heard the Joe Rogan joke about cults, right?
No.
Here. He defines a cult perfectly. Darvis is looking for it.
Cult is what? The root word of culture, essentially.
Here you go. It's only a minute long. I got it. Darvis is loading.
All right. In the meantime, I'm going to shout out to Super Chat. Thank you, SRT, for the Super Chat. Chase, what's your opinion on the contradiction between the pardon and the fifth? He won't be prosecuted. Still dislike him.
Yeah, I think he broke the law, and I don't think it matters because we have a lawless society. Good question, though.
And I love you guys. Thank you very much. It was, first of all, Scientology, they don't pay taxes. That's disturbing. They're tax-free, which means they're a recognized religion by the government of the United States, which means the government of the United States had to go over what they believe and went, everything seems in order. None of this shit seems like a cult. Well, what the fuck is a cult and what's a religion? So I had to look it up. Turns out I don't know who wrote this, but it's a perfect definition. A cult is bullshit. It's created by one person. That person knows it's bullshit. In a religion, that dude's dead. So...
What do you think of that?
I've always liked his long form content more than his stand up, but he has his moments.
Yeah,
Rogan for sure.
Yeah, his podcast is better than his stand-up, but his last couple of specials have been very strong. I saw him live one time.
Where?
Mothership. I was like 6 feet from him. Like from me to that window.
I've seen Tim Dillon live at the Mothership.
Was it awesome?
Oh, so fucking good.
I'd love to see him live. My wife's obsessed with Tim Dillon. She's convinced that if they met, he would hate her.
Really?
She thinks he's too cool for her.
Oh, he's cool. You ever see his cat?
He doesn't come off gay. I think he's gay because he was abused.
That's a type of gay I can respect.
Or he's not a fag about it.
Yeah. Like, he just, like, Milo, I would go to any barbecue. I'd go on a hike with Milo. I'd go on a hike with Tim Dillon. You know what I mean? It's the, dude, if you're gay, you can still be manly.
I wouldn't go on a hike with Stephen Hawking.
No, I don't think he can go on a hike.
You just got to help him all the time.
You just got to wheel him along the island.
This is the hill.
This is the beach, Steven. Then you got to wheel him up to
sweating your ass off. He's
sacrifice
fucking sipping
temple.
through a straw.
This is where we sacrifice, and then here's where the barrels of sulfuric acid are, Steven, for your victims. Right?
This fucking show.
Just wheel him along. Bro, I'd get so sick of Stephen Hawking's, bro. Like, I'm wheeling your ass fucking everywhere, bro.
We should be doing the show on the Alex Jones Network, dude.
We're not quite there yet.
Oh, yeah, we are.
We're surviving off our patrons right now, brick by brick, super chat by super chat. We don't even have AdSense going.
They're not playing anything live at 8 p.m.
We'll call Uncle Alex up then. Fuck it. You want to absorb the Chase Geiser network and take on these two young studs?
Alex isn't the person that I'd have to call for that.
We're just young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yeah. You're definitely full of cum.
Yeah. Stop telling everyone about my semen retention.
You did that like 8 million times before I ever brought it up.
Yeah, but that's my story to tell. That's my retention and talk
Last time you busted on a bitch, did you bust in on?
I can't remember. It's been so long. I probably shot out a cloud of dust. And then some Indian guy was like, thank you, come again. And I was just like, that was embarrassing. All right, let's watch some Cartoon Network.
Do you remember the best sex you ever had?
No, I actually have, my short-term memory's fucked from the years of smoking weed.
That would be your long-time memory. Long-term memory. It's been so long.
Mind blown.
Oh, I have. I've blown, but the thing is, the best sex you ever have is a sex in which your mind is blown, but their mind is blown too. Like, you fucking rock.
And you had
too.
an emotional connection. And then you guys played
I don't know.
Lady
it
in
might have been a
Red.
little emotional. One time I fucked a girl so good that she said while I was fucking her for the first time, "Oh my God, Chase, I love you so much." I'll never forget that moment. She was wearing like an AZT fucking sorority fucking sweater.
AZT?
I think
That's the AIDS medication that Fauci killed
I think it was
people
a sorority sweater. I think it said AZT. Slamming
Well,
it on the floor. I think she got rug burn. It was awesome. Never forget that moment.
We're covering something. Let's get back.
You
want to
do the news?
Let's do the news because this
that
is
was
important.
a long time ago. Yeah, that was like
so
15,
long ago. Your
that was
glory
15
days are behind you.
15
Your back
years ago,
hurts.
Chase.
You're wearing New Balances.
My back doesn't hurt. Your does, and I don't wear New
Yeah, because I'm
Balances.
sleeping on the fucking couch.
I wear gay
dude.
loafers.
You do wear boat shoes.
Listen, what is wrong with these shoes? These are just normal black loafers. They match everything. They're both formal and informal. This is the most versatile, respectable shoe fucking ever.
Those are white and Asian people's shoes, and a lot of people wear those without socks, so they fucking stink, dude.
I wear mine with socks every day. I wear black socks every day because I read The Game by Neil Strauss
Well,
when I was
you're
17.
the exception. You're not the rule. I've seen plenty of white people wear those without socks, and it freaks me out because then they take their gay boat shoes off, and their feet smell like fucking
I'll wear them
Cheez-Its.
without socks for like 5 seconds. Spiritual, emotionally.
This is important, though, Chase. We're
Okay.
here. We go back and forth. Back and forth.
On what?
Chase has made a girl come, then you hear about Egypt getting blown up.
Okay.
That's the dynamic here, buddy. Get with it. You haven't learned yet the dynamic?
Give me some super chats. I'll make you come so
we
fucking
have them.
hard.
We have them batched out. I'll read them after this clip.
All right. Which clip?
Clip one.
Escalating their military campaign. The IRGC says it launched ballistic missiles at a U.S. airbase and a CENTCOM facility in Jordan on July 28th.
So they hit an LNG container ship that was, I believe it was full too, of natural gas that was docked in Egypt. So you can see how this thing's expanding way past the borders of Iran. We already knew that when they hit U.S. military bases in Jordan, Kuwait, when they started hitting desalination plants, when they started hitting oil production, oil processing facilities. in Kuwait and in Bahrain, and then now Egypt, which is, by the time this is done, Iran was one of the main players that was BRICS aligned and outside of the IMF. When this is all said and done with, and the war's dragged on year 1, year 2, year 3, Turkey will probably be the only regional player intact. So as goes Turkey, goes the whole Middle Eastern theater of war. That's the pattern I'm starting to notice.
I don't care if the whole region burns. All of them.
Well, you should, because this is going to suck us into it, and this probably ends with the United States. I thought Israel would be the first with the Samson option to use nuclear warheads. It could be us, bro.
I love America more than anything. I fucking hate the United States. You understand?
That doesn't make sense. America is the continent.
No.
The United States is the... Are you talking the corporation, essentially?
Yeah, America is the people, what we were supposed to be, the freedom, the innovation, the fucking individualism, the bootstrapping, the God-fearing. It's the fucking John Locke's and the Adam Smiths and the George Washingtons and the Ben Franklins. I fucking love America. That's what I fight for. But I fucking hate the United States. I hate the NSA, the IRS, the Department of War, the CIA, the FBI. And honestly, if these wars mean that we're ultimately going to bring the demise of the United States.
Super chat. She says, don't get yourself down, Bak. I'll introduce you to my girlfriend. She'll love you a long time. You're a good man and you rock.
Oh, Beaverhausen has a beaver for you?
No, Beaverhausen has someone else's beaver for me.
That's what I meant. She's got one on lock.
Abandon the child. So send her my way.
He won't abandon the child. He'll never do that.
Ooh, new contributor to the channel, P0 Info Warrior. Thank you for the $10 super chat. It says 100% cult of InfoWars, motherfucker. Gang.
InfoWars Church of Christ this Sunday, 10 a.m. live stream.
Hell
We're gonna pray.
Hail Sig.
Dude, should I start doing a church service on Sundays called InfoWars Church of Christ from the channel?
I'll burn your fucking church to the ground.
You will?
No, I'd feel really bad if you put a lot of hard work into building a cult out, and then I came in at the last second. I just like, this one's for Jesus. SRT, not foreign for the win. I can't even read you. SRT, not foreign, the win. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I don't think Bak is a real Asian, 0% access. I'm a second generation Asian.
Yeah, your mom's got the accent. I've heard it on the phone.
Yeah, my mom's got an accent.
She doesn't even speak English barely, does she?
No, she does. She does speak Asian, but just... I mean, she speaks English, but just with a terrible Asian accent.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to understand her sometimes.
She's not working, is she?
No, she's
How old is she?
She's 65. I had to set up the Medicare, Medicaid, which is such a pain in the fucking ass, bro.
You had to get her hooked up so she was getting what she needs.
Yeah, Mass Health, which is fucking filled with fraud. Oh man, send Nick Shirley in there. Thank you. Listen to Pedo. For the $2 super chat, it says, do a barrel roll. Remember the start? Don't do that again, bro. Come on. I got motion sickness watching that clip, bro. I almost threw up in my mouth.
Did you ever play the game?
Yeah, of course I played.
You didn't get motion sickness playing it?
No, but
every time you get shot at, you just spin as fast as you fucking can.
You got to do a couple barrel rolls. I know that.
Oh my god, dude. Hold on. This is just a 17-second.
Barrel roll. Do the barrel roll.
Oh my god.
This is the first one from
the
Super
live
Nintendo.
viewer count just dropped by 8.
Did it?
Yeah.
All right. Achievement unlocked. Do a barrel roll.
See, this is the
dialogue. All right, let's do the Let's do the news so our view count goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
110. Egypt now hit.
Boring.
The attack, the drone
wood.
attack on
Never
the
mind, not
LNG
boring.
tanker
Lady
off
in red.
Egypt. What
Should
can
we
you tell
play
us
this
about
game?
that? And is there any indication it's Iran related? Does it represent?
Well, I'm going to give you a
widening of the war?
report. I've been briefed. It's a little more of the same, but it's going to be straightening out. It's going to be straightening out. In the meantime, we're going to be hitting them very hard because it's our turn to hit them. They know it's coming. They're asking us not to do it, but they tried shooting it last night. So we had 5 rockets shot going 8,500 miles an hour, and all 5 rockets were knocked down to the ground. But they nevertheless took a shot. So it's
she can
our
fucking
turn.
get it.
And we'll see if we get there with an agreement at some point. But we're going to hit them very hard.
I just want to take care of her.
So you know how there's the hot crazy matrix?
Yeah.
I invented something. This is completely a bot creation. I call it the Trump swear matrix. And I've realized every time Trump's tried to do them or dropped a mic drop.
Start again, because I want the right camera angle for this.
Okay.
You've invented something.
I invented something. This is my John Nash moment. I invented something called the Trump swear matrix, where I've noticed every time he's had a mic drop moment in the media, some major operations come right after. So remember when he was like, Israel and Iran, they've been fighting for so long, they don't know what the fuck they're doing? That was off the heels of Midnight Hammer, roughly a year ago. And then when he talked about Maduro doesn't want to fuck around, we went and kidnapped him. And he just did it again. So can we play clip 111, Trump swear matrix?
I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the f they're doing. Do you understand that?
Operation Midnight Hammer.
Reported that Maduro offered everything in his country, all the natural resources. He even recorded a message to you in English recently, offering mediation. What should we do in order to stop that?
He has offered everything. He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.
We adult napped Maduro.
President Trump reacting to that Iranian attack on U.S. forces overnight in Jordan. President Trump tells Fox News about Iran, we are going to beat the effing S out of them. He went on to say, we'll be hitting them hard. They're going to get a beating. So clearly the United States is going to respond to what the president described as a surprise attack. He says U.S. forces had just minutes to shoot down these incoming Iranian ballistic missiles. The president says he has reviewed video of the shoot down, and it was U.S. forces conducting this operation to defend that area. He said it was real time. They were calling out coordinates and ensuring that none of this incoming Iranian fire got through.
So he gave an interview with Trey Yingst, I believe either it was 2 days ago or yesterday, and then he told them, we're going to beat the fucking shit out of them.
No, the effing S out of them.
Yeah, what do you think we're going to beat the fucking shit out of them?
The fact that he had to say effing S.
Yeah, they're not going to say that on national broadcast TV, you know, like that. But I think that this is going to coincide with a massive bombing campaign where they're going to just literally just start destroying all the infrastructure in Iran.
Oh my God, Chase, I love you so much.
Yeah, bridges, power plants, everything's on the table right now. I'm going to shout out these super chats. Thank you, Squeezy VZ, for the $5 super chat. He has 100% cleared every Star Fox game.
The Super Nintendo one was fucking hard. How did he do that?
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, it came out on Super Nintendo first, and then the N64 one made it really famous.
I think Chrono Trigger was the best RPG ever made, and that was on Super Nintendo.
Even better than Ocarina of Time?
The only two RPGs I really liked were the Super Mario RPG.
You didn't like Zelda Ocarina of Time?
No, Zelda got a little too woke for me after a little. Ocarina of Time on N64 was great. I'll give it that.
It's the first open world game.
Yeah, okay. Cool story, bro. Honey Badger, thank you for the $5 super chat. Charge these people with defrauding the American people like we did during World War II. 4 people that stole gas stamps. Those little gas stamp thieves. It was a 10-year prison sentence.
Those stamp tramps.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about my Trump swear matrix, though? Do you think some massive obliteration campaign's coming?
The crazier things
Bro, he swears something happens. He swears something happens. Now he's like, we're going to beat the fucking shit out of him.
I like it.
I like
actually
it,
think
too.
it's one of your Bach brilliant moments.
Oh, yeah, bro. You got to have a little autismo to pick up on these things.
By the way, what's up with the autism cure?
That's later on.
All right, what's next?
There is hope out there. We're covering the war front right now. Clip 112, Iran opens new front. Even more so than Egypt. Yeah, I gotta scrub this music next time.
Yeah, this is probably copyright free. I can tell, but I don't know. The latest escalation followed the U.S.-Iran war. For listeners,
fighting had largely paused.
This is B-roll. Just what happened?
the Houthis have hit Saudi Aramco, which we helped them build that fossil fuel infrastructure up. Saudi Aramco is responsible for something like, I think, if my memory serves me right, 11 to 12 million barrels of oil daily. So in them hitting Saudi Aramco now, which is always, like, Saudi Arabia was held hostage. Like, hey, you better not expand the Yemen war with the Houthis. You better stay in your fucking lane or we'll start blasting the shit out of Saudi Aramco.
Why do you think Saudi Arabia was involved in 9/11 if they knew that it would catalyze us getting more involved in the Middle East? Is that what they wanted?
You have to look at every government, every organization, every government agency as factions. Remember when Jamal Khashoggi was led into that hotel and he was chopped up into pieces?
Yeah, the journalist?
Yeah.
They chopped him up.
He was a Western...
Wait, hold on. They chopped... Because there's footage of him going into the hotel.
Yeah, and he never came out and they walked out with Louis V duffel bags.
They chopped him up.
They chopped him up, bro. That's pretty well known.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
I'm not doubting it. I just didn't realize it was that brutal.
That was the rise of Mohammed bin Salman. Because he was tying up all the loose ends in Saudi Arabia and centralizing power under him because he's the crown prince. So he's now like the
guy that Trump tapped on the shoulder that was like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That guy called for that fucking massive, brutal murder of that dude?
Yeah.
Wow, he's a killer.
So there's different factions, man. There's deep state aligned factions. There's Chinese factions. And there's so many princes. They're out there. And
what would you do if you were the leader of Saudi Arabia? Like if, like crazy shit happened over the next 3 months and you found yourself by the end of this year as the new crown prince of Saudi Arabia, which would be the funniest shit ever. What would you actually fucking do?
My first act as the crown prince of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I can tell you're trying not to smile.
Dude, that's a lot of power.
I know. What would you do? I want to know.
If I was the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, the first thing I would do is disband Islam.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding, because they'd immediately throw me out and cause such an uproar. I mean, I'd probably do something like what bin Salman did, which was kill a bunch of princes that didn't listen to me, that were working for foreign powers.
Marry Erica Kirk.
Bring TPUSA to Saudi Arabia. Right? And then I'd have some sort of robe with glitter on it and stuff and pyrotechnics. And I'd be like, dun, 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 dun. TPUSA is here in Saudi Arabia.
Hello, TPUSA.
Yeah. Hello, TPUSA, bro. No, but I would I'd probably lessen my dependence on desalination. I'd probably lessen my dependence on fossil fuels.
Allahu Akbar.
Saudi Arabia is in a tough position because they depend so much on the West and the East.
China depends on the West.
To an extent, they've been getting rid of their dependency. That's the problem.
Have we actually crunched the numbers?
No, I'm not that Asian, man. I don't crunch numbers.
You're my quant.
You're fucked.
I know.
Yeah, if I'm your quant, bro.
I sent a letter to the IRS. I said, Steven Bak's my quant. Ask him any questions you have.
Yeah. I don't know. Catch me outside, IRS. Can we hit clip 113? It breaks it down better.
Now, on one hand, you have Donald Trump, who is desperate for options to get himself out of the quagmire in Iran. On the other hand, you have the Houthis, the Yemeni ragtag militia, who've already opened a new front. And they have set their sights on Saudi Arabia. Over the weekend, the Houthis launched a major attack. They fired ballistic missiles and drones. They struck Saudi Arabia's oil tankers, even Aramco facilities. That is the world's biggest oil company.
The Yemeni armed forces carried out two types of military operations. The first targeted sensitive targets at Aramco facilities in Jizan using dozens of ballistic missiles and drones, while the second operation targeted sensitive targets at Aramco facilities in Yemen using ballistic missiles, cruise missiles,
I did the same thing when I was cutting the clip. I was dying laughing. I'd be like, dude, I can't be at one of these military speeches. I'd get killed immediately because I'd be dying laughing. And the readout is, we have struck Saudi.
Stand out and defend Columbus's statue. Do you know that?
Yeah.
During the Antifa rallies? You know what I'm talking about?
I vaguely remember, yeah. Are you talking in North Carolina?
It might have been during the Charleston shit or whatever.
I think that was it.
Yeah, everyone's like, Rudy Giuliani, you're an American hero. You broke up the mob. I'm thinking to myself, shit, dude. Why'd you break him up? You should have weaponized him.
The mob was one of the coolest shit America fucking had.
Yeah, they had their own honor code.
They went and captured the docks in Sicily in World War II ahead of the invasion.
Look at this shit.
Nothing. What's wrong with organized crime?
Many Italian Americans see Columbus as a hero.
And in this house, Christopher Columbus is a hero. End of story.
Dude, yeah, Sopranos was such a good fucking
I never
show.
really watched it all the way through.
Oh, really? You've watched everything else but The Sopranos, you
watched
fucking
most
nerd.
My wife is Italian. She watches The Sopranos on repeat. It's her comfort show. So whenever shit's going bad for me, she watches The Sopranos.
Well, your wife's a gangster then. Hell yeah.
She's a fucking gangster. But there is that scene in Sopranos. Or what's her face? What's his wife's name? Carmela?
Yeah.
She's got this, there's like this silhouette. She thinks someone's knocking at the door and she fucking racks the shotgun that's hidden in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylee would never do that.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we will, won't we?
Yeah, the future is
She did
Civil
snap when
War.
we got swatted. She's like, what the fuck are you doing at my house?
Really? She stuck up for you?
Yeah, she didn't use the F word. She's like, what's going on?
Thank you, Leroy45, for the jewel things you sent us. Thank you.
Let's keep doing the show. We'll do more super chats in 30 minutes.
Well, let's play 115, the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve, to run out by Wednesday.
Oil prices higher for longer.
So there's 3 important points there, and I'm going to cut through the gobbledygook for you. Number 1, yes, we do have shale, but it's incredibly expensive to break the shale oil rock and then bring it in for processing. Number 2, China has restricted its imports now. They don't have much oil in the country of China, but they buy so much at a discounted rate from Iran that they resell it on the market. They've now restricted exports, of Chinese oil because they've spent a decade plus building up their solar panel infrastructure, and they have the most EVs in the world. Third, even if we have the shale and we have the refineries to process it, our SPR storage infrastructure for the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, that's pressurized. If you keep drawing out of it, the salt caverns that we store all this oil in, they collapse in on themselves or they weaken. So that's like the more we draw out of this and we're not allowed to refill in time, the more that infrastructure for the Strategic Oil Reserve is in danger of basically caving in on itself.
I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, but our viewers care, and that's why I'm here.
No, I'm not. I don't not care about the story. So what if the fucking Strategic Reserve collapses?
If it collapses in on itself, the actual salt caverns, you don't have a strategic fucking oil reserve
fuck
anymore.
the United States.
Cool. You still put gasoline in your fucking car every day?
I'll walk.
Yeah, you use your Lexus, your
I'll
Chevrolet
walk.
legs. It's gonna take you a hell of a long time to get here, bro. A hell of a long time to get. You're gonna do the podcast. You're gonna fly in on
I'll work from home.
Yeah. You actually are smart enough to rig up your own AV set and to do everything. What the fuck am I gonna do? Zoom into the fucking
You'll
show?
move in with me.
Your couch is fucking my lower back up.
I'll
dog.
get you a bed.
I don't need you to get me a bed. I'm a 36-year-old fucking man. I just need health insurance.
You move in with me, bring your own bed.
All right, dude. So that's the things. And this is another thing, too.
You don't mind sharing a bathroom with a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. You got to take all the toys out of the tub.
Come on, man. Don't get fucking weird, bro. All right? Shut the fuck up, dude. Another thing. They say it's 300 million barrels left, and we draw out something like 7 to 10 million on a daily rate. That's a lie. Because when you get towards the bottom of it, it's a bunch of paraffin wax. It's a bunch of shit that you can't use to send to the pumps. So our Strategic Oil Reserve is probably something around 250 million.
Who cares?
Barrels. Well, I'm giving the Backley update.
So they run out. So what?
If we run the SPR, that's what's stabilizing the price at the pumps, and the price at the pumps is close to $4 a gallon already.
Fuck it.
Are you ready to own nothing and be happy?
I'm ready to own nothing and be a revolutionary.
Yeah. We're not there yet. Too tall, boy.
I cannot fucking wait for the Civil War. I'm literally just...
Well, you're going to have to wait a little longer, bro.
I'm playing video games and trying to pass the time till it happens.
All right. Let's just work. You have to worry about stockpiling your hemophilia medicine first.
I know.
Ain't no civil war without the, what's that called? What the fuck's your medicine called? Hemolibra. What a fucking gay name for a medicine.
I know, it's like freedom from hemophilia, so it's Hemlibra.
You're a homosexual.
That's what my brother Colby always said.
Nah, really?
He doesn't have it. You homophiliac is what he said. He said hemophilia.
Now, on this show, we get the signal and we cut through the noise. And I believe this is a major indicator. Can we play clip 116?
Sure, but don't say I never did anything for you.
Thank you.
Tom Cruise has decided to go to war with Iran.
No, can you read this? It's subtitled.
No.
I'll read it. U.S. troops in the Middle East face cell phone restrictions.
CENTCOM
warns video leaks help Iran target bases. Dramatic music.
Dude, you gotta stop doing these. These are B-roll clips. Chief fears Iran getting free battle damage. So they're not letting us have cell phones because it's leaking sensitive information.
I think that's the cover story. They don't want to have accurate casualty numbers going out because we lost way more than 100.
I know people who have sons in Iran. They say it's all fucked up over there right now. Fucked up. Days without food and water.
Top U.S. commander in the Middle East warns troops that cell phone videos and images shared online could help Iran identify and target U.S. bases. Thousands of U.S. personnel deployed across the region could soon face tighter restrictions on mobile phone use, as per the Reuters report. Any crackdown on mobile communications would introduce a major change for deployed personnel, many of whom rely on their phones to reassure loved ones that they are safe and alive.
Send a letter just like World War II. Send a letter back home.
Yeah, those all get read. Half of them didn't even get delivered, bro.
Yesterday, Johnny got whacked. I still got his deck of cards with his blood all over him.
I took the picture of his girlfriend.
It reminded me of Charlie Kirk.
I whack my bag to it every other night.
EKP.
Wouldn't you agree, though? That's a major indicator?
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many casualties do you think we've actually suffered?
I mean, we only suffered, what, like 20,000 total in the
casualties
wars.
being injured, you know, fatalities being deaths.
How many casualties were there in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan for Americans? Like 20,000?
No, way less than that, bro.
Well, I know that when I was in college, it was 10,000.
Casualties being like what, from IEDs and shit like that?
Just at all.
I'll take this time to shout out Super Chat. Squeezy VZ, thank you for the $5 Super Chat. Prison labor. Gather up all violent offenders and political sellouts and make them smash shale rock. And Justin Stanley, thank you for the membership to the YouTube channel. Welcome to our community, brother. I hope you like our content.
I hope you like it, too. That was an excellent decision.
Mm-hmm.
Chase doesn't usually drink two tall boys during the broadcast, but today he did.
Yeah. I like you when you're buzzed.
Why?
Well, you're probably drunk because you're a lightweight.
I'm not drunk.
You can't drink. You can't knock back whiskey like this fucking young Mongolian.
I drink like a half a fifth of fucking bourbon on Saturday. I was fine.
I drank a half a fifth.
I was fine.
I was fine.
U.S. casualties total wounded in action and deaths. So deaths is like 7,000. Wounded in action 53,000 plus. Wounded is like, oh, I twisted my ankle.
That could be anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got out of the Humvee too quick and I pulled a hammy.
Only 7,000 died, so it's got to be way less than that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess several hundred.
Yeah, so you think casualties in Iran
Several
are already
hundred.
up to? Yeah, I think so too. How many fatalities though would you say? Because that's big news. It's harder to hide.
Over 100.
Ooh, because they're reporting like 18.
Yeah,
last time I checked,
100.
So an increase of tenfold that they're under reporting.
That would be about fivefold, but yes.
I'm still crunching the numbers. I didn't get there.
You're my quant.
Yeah.
Still figure it out.
So fucked. We all heard about the OpenAI attack on Hugging Face, but did you know that these motherfucking liars hid that?
Oh, you like call me? I'm CEO
bro,
of this.
Relax,
I'm
bro.
CEO of
a huge gagger to that. And then I would have fucking probably went and hit the blackjack table and lost 10 grand.
I just want to fucking fight, dude. This whole thing, all this conflict. They put me in GATE, bro. Gifted and talented education.
You were in the GATE program?
Yes, and all I ever wanted to do was fucking fight.
Did they touch your butt? What
Nope.
do they do? Because when someone goes into one of those programs, you don't see them.
They pulled me into
anymore.
a different room with like 4 other kids, once a week, and we did really hard puzzles.
I thought you guys were like building lasers and shit.
No.
I thought they had
They're
like running
hey,
you through the paces.
Here's a Sudoku that only the best can solve. Can you do it? And then you work on it for 2 days, and you did it.
Remember Alex was saying his dad was in the program, and that they were like
they put me
shipping lasers and shit to him?
You know who my gate teacher was?
Bill Gates?
Mrs. Weintraub.
Ooh.
And my mother, being born in 1949, a very wholesome Midwestern woman, would get all of my teachers a present for me to give to them every Christmas. Different one for each teacher. Main teacher gets this, whatever. And she didn't put it together that Mrs. Weintraub was Jewish. So I gave Mrs. Weintraub a nativity set one year for Christmas.
Nah, really? I already told you fucked up. Can we hit clip 118? Because this is I have a breakdown on
whatever
this.
Clip you want for the rest of your life. I found the clip.
Nvidia and OpenAI discussing $500 billion data center.
Another B-roll clip.
Nvidia and OpenAI have held talks to spend roughly $500 billion on a data center in southern Ohio, becoming the largest such project. Nvidia has discussed providing $250 billion to OpenAI to help the ChatGPT maker lease a proposed 10-gigawatt facility 50 miles south of Columbus, Ohio, by SoftBank's energy subsidiary. That would dwarf the power output of other planned data center projects, including a $20 billion, 3.2 gigawatt project in Effingham County, Georgia. The full project could cost more than $500 billion, with the added cost of Nvidia's chips and OpenAI discussing a chip purchase valued up to $350 billion.
Do you think Sam Altman really fucked around with his sister?
Oh, now we're cooking a little bit. He's gay. She's probably on SSRIs. That whole family's probably super fucked up. That came out in the court disclosure, right?
Yeah, she's suing him for like sexual abuse.
Didn't
He's saying
he
she's like committed or something.
Didn't he have a journal entry too, or something like that? That was it was court admissible evidence.
Let's watch.
The sister of billionaire OpenAI CEO
dismissed Elon Musk's claims against OpenAI last week. But for the parents of Suchir Balaji, it has been 18 months with no closure.
At times I hug his clothes. I feel it's him.
The 26-year-old OpenAI researcher turned whistleblower was found dead in San Francisco. The medical examiner ruled it a suicide,
proving that it was a homicide.
He'd ordered Uber Eats before he died.
Very courageous.
And the
he would
security
not harm
cameras
himself.
were cut too.
Second thing is bringing to life.
You should pull up the
whoever did
Tucker
this.
interview. That's more telling.
Take them to justice.
Since his death, his family has hired private investigators and commissioned an independent autopsy, with some findings still coming in, including as recently as this month. Their goal, have the official findings reconsidered or at least ruled inconclusive.
Now that we brought it to a phase where serious questions about suicide decision can be handled, right? So we brought it from suicide to in between, where we can't say it's a suicide.
Last clip, because there was a
Chat's
point I wanted to
blown
make
up.
for this. Yo, chat's 100%. Can we play clip 119?
All right, hold on.
Now, the whole point of me putting on the data centers and all that shit, I'm going to bookend it before we go live for members. BlackRock will own 80% of Meta's massive new AI data center in El Paso. BlackRock is set to take 80% ownership stake in one of the largest artificial intelligence data center campuses in the country, Meta's $14 billion 1 gigawatt facility. One of the clearest signs yet, Wall Street is becoming a major financier of the AI arms race and signaling a new model of financing. Meta and BlackRock on Tuesday announced they were partnering to develop and operate the new 1,000-acre data center campus in Texas that's been under construction for 6 months and will become one of the country's largest. The agreement says Meta will contribute land and in-progress construction assets about $2.3 billion, and BlackRock will make a cash contribution of about $4.9 billion. We can kill this real quick because I want to say this.
Say.
One thing that people are not talking about is, now there isn't a precise number on this, but since 2022, private equity firms, Wall Street linked hedge funds have invested in or acquired over 450 data center related companies globally, spending nearly $200 billion in some estimates. We have the most data centers, so that investment in ownership and in acquiring is mostly in the United States, driving the large majority of the sector of asset management. Of these, more than half, around 265 in one analysis covering a slightly broader period, manage, own, or operate data centers. So private equity, hedge funds, and Wall Street are going to be in ownership of these facilities once they're fully constructed. And these will be the entities that have most of the data. No one's talking about that. BlackRock to own 80% of OpenAI's largest data center in Texas. What do you think they're going to do with that information?
Exploit it.
Yes, Chase, you're learning so much. And then you're coming into the age of AI agents managing finance, the age of stable. Super chat before we switch to members only. Honey Badger, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. The tech billionaires are aliens, so awkward. I'm under the belief that these are hybrid reptilians placed in high positions. It's not that crazy, bro. Why is that crazy to you?
It's not. It's just so fucking.
You know we have artificial wombs. You know we have human cloning. You know that there's motherfucking cryptids everywhere. Snake, the Bigfoot hunter, allegedly has one on ice. Like, you know, this is the age of disclosure. It's not that crazy, bro. It's really not that crazy, man.
You fucking lunatic.
How am I? I'm the fucking lunatic here? I'm the most rational, autistic man in the room.
Everyone knows it's the fucking Jesuits.
Yeah, that's just Alex. Alex is on the whole Jesuits thing. I'm on the motherfucking cryptid thing.
The cryptids are sponsored by the Jesuits, bro.
Yeah, he was saying that.
Was he?
He was saying that yesterday, yeah. He literally thought cryptids...
It's automatically, by the way, going to go to a members-only YouTube video in a second. So if you're watching, you're a member, it's going to be without interruption, but everybody else is going to have
And we will be taking speakers in the spaces.
Alex from Michigan, I want him to tell me so bad right now why the cryptids are the Jesuits.
Yeah, Satan's throne is in Rome, and then the Vatican and the
You're rubber banding
creatures work for Satan.
You're rubber banding. I'm fucking done, dude.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah, stop fucking using T-Mobile, dude. It gets hacked by Iran first.
I have T-Mobile.
Yeah, how was your phone yesterday?
It was pretty good. That wasn't affecting me.
No shit.
Can we give Alex one more chance to tell us why cryptids are run by the Jesuits?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll add him as a speaker.
I'm sticking up for you, Alex. Love you, bro.
Yeah, Bak loves you, dude. He's your saving grace. I've invited you to speak. Fucking T-Mobile. He got an invite. I don't know if he's accepted it or seen it. There he is. All right, go ahead. Start again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Satan's throne is in the Vatican. All the Nephilim and demon fallen angels work for Satan, and they use the Jesuit, the Pope of Rome, because they're trying the Pope of Rome, the Antichrist, Satan. The reptilian demon, Nephilim creatures, and other Nephilim creatures.